Hi Cancer, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Cancer, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do a reading and then clarify it. So let us get started, Cancer. All right, Cancer, see what's going on for you. Take what resonates with you, Cancer, and leave the rest. This is for Cancer Spirit for their highest good. All right, so you have reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Wow, look at that. I feel like you are the light, that you are being very divinely guided, and that, everything that you do, you put a light in it and it shines brightly. It's successful. Very nice. Love it. And then you have first light, beginning a new cycle. Definitely. I feel like you're on a new path now. I feel like you realize a lot of things and you're definitely on this different path, going on this different path now for the better. Very nice. Love it. All right. So, Cancer, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's do this. One for the current. This is for Cancer for their highest good, Spirit. Nice. Look at that. Wow. So you have the Ten of Pentacles for the current, the Devil for the situation, the Judgment for the past and now. What's hidden is the Lover's card. Wow. You do have the Death card for the hopes and fears. And for what you need to do now, you have the Six of Swords. For what you need to work on, you have the Three of Pentacles. Then for the outcome, you have the Magician. Wow. Wow, look at that. That's nice. So I do feel like at the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Four of Wands. So you're definitely moving forward. If you see this, these are cute cards. I love these cards. She's moving forward. She's happily playing. They're like running forward. Nothing's stopping them. So it's like nice. The sun is shining. It's beautiful. I love these cards. All right, so very nice, very, very nice. I also see celebration and happiness. Wow, that's nice. All right, so Cancer, we start off with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is talking about, you're wanting to establish yourself. You're wanting to have that abundance, that material success, which is like everybody wants that, right? So we'll see. I feel like abundance is going to come in for you, so it's very nice. Could have been some kind of inheritance or something, just, you're being offered all this abundance coming through, so it's nice, very nice. Yeah, the Devil card for the situation. I do feel like, you could be going through the same pattern over and over. I feel like you continuously think the same way, and you need to break that as a cycle. I also feel that you could be feeling like you're stuck, like you're like not going anywhere, like you're in the same place all the time. I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. You are going through a judgment with the past or now. I do believe that that is now, because you do have the Death card here. The Judgment is talking about, this is a second chance do-over, like all these things that you've done in the past, you're no longer doing them. You're doing it a different way. So I think this is good, but you are going through this, so just know that. And a lot of us we're all going through this huge transition, because it's the end of the year. We're all changing, we've all seen so much. You do have the Lover's card here. I feel like the Lover's card, I feel like you could be making some kind of decision, also be making, also needing to communicate clearly and better. Yeah. Make decisions from your heart, you guys. Try to make decisions from your heart, not because of everybody else, but decisions from how you feel. You do have the Death card here for the hopes and fears, and I do feel like you are changing. You want things to change. You want things to change, definitely, and they are, because there are things that are going to come to an end here. You do have the Six of Swords for what you need to do now, and that's you're leaving a lot of things behind, and you really are. Things are changing for you, so it's good. You look at the snail, they are no longer in between the swords. They're like leaving it, like, nope, I'm getting out of here, whether I'm small, slow, whatever, I'm leaving, so this is really nice. They're not staying where they were in the place in the dark. They're moving forward. You do have the Three of Pentacles here for the what you need to work on, and that's really trying to collaborate. There's collaboration here, there's partnership here. I also feel like you could really be, that you really have a lot of support from your friends and family, and that you need to really see that. Sometimes I feel like you don't see it, and I feel like you do have that support though in everything that you're doing. I feel like you're collaborating with somebody or talking to somebody, or some kind of partnership is here. I feel like you're being recognized for everything, all your efforts, all that hard work that you're doing, all the planning, everything. It's like you're trying to create something here, which is nice. You have the Magician for the outcome, and the Magician is saying that you remember that you create this world that you live in. This is the world that you create, okay? So if you think positive, it's going to come in positive. If you think negative, like, I'm never going to meet nobody, I'm never going to get that abundance, I'm never going to get that job, it will come in like that. It's how you create, because you are a very powerful being. You have that inner knowing, but you just need to think positive and have patience for everything, okay? Wow. And I do feel like you're definitely going to be moving forward. I feel like there's a lot of change still coming in for you, though. Okay, so let's see what the cards say. Cancer, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Cancer. You're definitely on a new path, you guys. Definitely. Wow, this is very nice. Just remember that anything that you put on, you do put a light to it. Okay, so everything is successful. Hello. Good for you, Cancer. You need this. All right, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. The Ten of Pentacles. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? One more card. Wow. Wow. All right. So with the Devil card and the Sun card here, I do feel like, you do want that material success. You really want it, But I feel like at times, you feel stuck. Like you're not seeing, like, hey, okay, you're trying to establish yourself. Okay, you want that material success, you want to create that material success, and you want to establish, the material success for everything that you want, right? I do feel like you will have it. I feel like there is abundance here, I feel like you need to think very positive about things. I feel like the sun is shining on you and things are going to fall into place for you. But there's still something here about when you receive the Devil card, because the Devil card is talking about that you're always doing the same pattern over and over. Maybe you're not doing the patterns over and over anymore, but whoever this card is for, they're doing it over and over. Just try to switch it off. Try to do things differently, instead of doing the same pattern over and over, try it differently, and that's what they're asking you. But they're asking you also to think positive in everything. Like, don't just think positive one day and then the next day you're like, nothing's going to work out for me. I don't believe that. Stuff like that. You need to be positive all the way. Stop going back to those old patterns, those old habits, and try to leave some of those habits. Try to let go of those habits that are keeping you from moving forward, okay? That's why they're asking you to think very positive and things, because there is abundance here. There is something's coming in. Big abundance is coming in, but you are also telling you, hey, leave those patterns behind. Like, really leave them. You do have the Devil card here again, and the Devil card is talking about, what is the Devil card saying? One more card. Wow. Wow. Good. Good. This is good. All right. So you do have the Devil card, and like I said, leave those patterns behind. You could be feeling stuck. You could be feeling, maybe you felt stuck in the past, and this is what they're saying. Okay, maybe you've been feeling stuck, but I feel like now you're seeing the truth in a lot of things. Speak your truth about things. Have that courage, that confidence, because when the Queen of Swords shows up, she don't care who she's talking to. She is just going to tell you like it is. She speaks her mind. She is very confident. She holds that big old sword and she's like, you know what, if you don't like it, too bad. You know, it's time for you to speak your truth, Cancer, okay? Speak your truth about things as you need to. I do feel like you are definitely walking away from a lot. It could have been that you are going to speak your truth and you are going to leave something. But definitely your better times are here. You know, it's like they're saying that there's something here that you want to leave. You know, you don't want to do the same thing over and over again. You don't want to do the same routine, you know, over and over again. You know, that's what they're saying. You know, and you are definitely leaving a lot behind. But they want you to speak your truth, okay? Whatever it is that you're holding back on speaking, it's time to do it now. You do have the Judgment card here. Like I said, you know, the Judgment, you know, you're really having second chances here. Like you're reborn, you know. You're not the same person you used to be. You're not doing the same things you used to do. People are not in your lives like they were before. Things are just changing for you. And you're going through this huge change. You know, it's like a start over, a second chance, you know. You know, you're doing things, you're trying to do things in a different way, and you will, okay? And I believe that this is now because you do have the Death card down here. You have the Lovers card up here and what's hidden. So let's see what's the Lovers card here for why it's hidden. Wow, that's crazy. So you do have the Lovers card here. Like I said, hold on, you guys. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. You do have the Lovers card here. The Lovers card is talking about, you know, really trust the process on everything. You know, you could also be making a decision. I feel like you need to have better communication, you know, with whoever you're dealing with also. And I feel like you need to listen to your heart big times. Listen to your heart. You are going through this huge transition. Changing things, you know, you have the Death card here twice, you guys, twice. And you have Judgment here also. You know, this is like being reborn. This is like, you know, not doing the same thing over and over. You know, and that's good. We need that, you know, and you're doing that. I also feel like there could be, for some of you guys, a relationship that's ending. Or you're leaving something behind, you're leaving a relationship, you know, you're following your heart to do something else, like leaving some kind of passion behind. You know, I do feel like that was for somebody out there, okay? Because it needs to be done. It's time, you know, and I feel like you're going to be moving forward, you know, from it. With the Queen of Cups here, I feel like also too that, you know, there are things that have come to an end, and there's things that have to end. Okay, there's also things that that you have to put boundaries on. Like stop being a people pleaser. Stop letting people walk all over you. Stop letting people put you down or talk about you. You know, it's not right. You know, start setting those boundaries and walk away from any situation that's going on like that, because you don't need it. It's all negative. Why would you want to be with somebody that talks negative about you or behind you, or, you know, whatever it is, you know? Really start setting boundaries, okay? Because you need to take care of yourself, you know, nurture yourself, trust your intuition, follow your heart, you know. That's what they want you to do, okay? Because you have a lot of love. You're very loving, Cancer. But why do you stay in a place that you're not wanted? Why do you stay in a place that you feel like, you know, you don't belong there? You do have the Death card here. And why is the Death card in the Hopes and Fears again? One more card. Wow. This right here is basically like this. This is crazy. So like I said, you know, you're going through that Death card. You know, you see the skeleton here, you know, it's on top of a dead flower. You look at it closely, it's on top of a dead flower, and there's fresh flowers around it. You know why? Because that's you. This is the fresh flower. That's you. You're not that person that used to be up there, that used to do everything for everybody. You're not that person anymore. You have changed. And they're telling you, you know, trust your inner power, your intuition. Trust yourself in the decisions that you're making, because they really mean something. You're very important. You know how to make decisions. You listen to your heart. You help everybody out, but listen to your heart. Follow your heart is what they're saying, and on things. Trust your intuition. You also have the Knight of Cups here, and the Knight of Cups is talking about following your heart, really listening to it, having that compassion and forgiveness for others, you don't have to go person to person. You don't. You just let them go in your heart. Let them be forgiven in your heart. Let them be forgiven in your mind and your heart, because you just need to. Okay, don't hold on to it, because you don't need that. I also feel like there's messages coming in for you. There could be some kind of messages coming in for you, also from somebody, maybe somebody you want very close, that there's a message there coming in. But I feel like you need to really just follow your heart and trust your intuition on everything that's going on in your life. You have the Six of Swords here for what you need to do now. One more card. Wow. You're very, you're very, at times you could be very stubborn, but I feel like you're very wise also, and you know how to make decisions. You do have the Six of Swords here. You start off with this card, Six of Swords, and you are definitely leaving a lot of things behind, okay? You are definitely leaving a lot. And that means, you're going, better times are here for you. You're leaving the dark behind, and you're going towards the light, which is better, because you want to see the light in everything, It says, you're reaching your destination here, you shine brightly in everybody's life, and that's what they're saying. You're leaving things behind because you don't need to be in that situation anymore or any longer. You do have the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is talking about, there was arguing, there's been arguing, there's been frustration, there's been anger here, but I feel like you're the King of Swords, that, you're rising up, being having that strong will, you know who you are and what you can do. So you're making wise decisions, you're able to create and do what you want to, and make these decisions from your heart, but don't be stubborn, really don't be stubborn about anything. Really follow your heart. Okay. You need to. And I believe you will, because you're leaving something. There's something here that you're leaving because you're changing a lot. There's a lot of changes here, you guys, so be ready. You also have the Three of Pentacles here. And why is the Three of Pentacles here for? For Cancer. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, you start off with the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is talking about that, you are definitely, people recognize you. They recognize everything that you're creating, everything that you're doing. You're just that kind of person that they really look at you differently, I feel like there's traveling here. I feel like you need to find your patience also. And I also feel like, you are definitely recognized. I also feel like there could be some kind of partnership for some of you guys also, like trying to create some kind of partnership or something here is going on. Okay, so, wow, that's nice. People are definitely looking at you. Just know that. They want you to create something also too. I feel like you need to create some kind of new project, or maybe you need to put your ideas out there to make them real, and to push them forward, okay? Because that's what I feel like you need to do. You have the Three of Wands here. You're definitely moving forward from a lot. Before in the past you've been betrayed. You've been feeling like there was some kind of deceit, and you felt like everybody just like, all over you, and I feel like, there was a lot that you've been through. There's everything that you've been through, all the people that have hurt you, there's things that you couldn't believe that have happened, and I just feel like there was some kind of like ugliness around you, and I feel like you're moving forward now. I feel like you have a plan. I feel like you're making plans to definitely move forward, but that you're not speaking about it, And I want you to put them out there. Start making plans for the future. Start putting, your ideas into on paper and start putting them out there because they are going to be successful. They want you to have patience. You're ready. For your next chapter in your life. And you are going to be on it very soon. If anything, you're just going through the motions right now, and you're on it because this is that new path here that they're talking about. So just know that. You do have the Magician card here, and why is the Magician here for the outcome on the card? Thank you. Wow. Okay. So, you start off with the Magician card here. The Magician, like I said, is talking about, really like you create your own world, okay? If you think negative, it's going to come in negative. If you think positive, it's definitely going to be positive. So really look at that, okay? Really be positive in everything, create your world to be positive, and because you have that inner knowing, that inner power to do it. You also have the Page of Cups here. Trust your feelings, trust yourself. I feel like there's opportunities here coming through. I feel like there's also messages coming in. Look at everything differently, but be persistent on your dreams, okay? Like whatever it is that you want, be persistent on it. It's time to do it. It's time to put them in motion. I also feel like you are definitely going through a lot right now. I feel like you just need to really trust yourself, okay? Because I really feel like, you accomplished a lot because you have the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups is talking about being accomplished, being content with what you have, everybody wants more, yes, but, see how accomplished you are. See how you've done everything, okay? And see all that too, so that you can start putting everything into motion, like your plans, what you want to do for this new path that's coming in, okay? And I also feel like there could be some kind of blessing coming in, some kind of wish fulfillment here for you. Have gratitude for everything, big and small. Have gratitude for everything. But definitely moving forward, Cancer, there's a lot of good things here. Leave the patterns behind. Leave old things behind, okay? You don't need them. Don't want to hold on to them. Just move forward. All right, so Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.